All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Friday. How's everybody doing? We holding on to that dip. For those of you who were here at the live stream on Thursday, I was like, yeah, the spidey sense was tingling. Remember that? And it was just like, the chart doesn't look good. We are going to be dipping. And so, it's just one of those things. I've been watching the charts, especially Dogecoin, for like 4.5 years, like every day, watching the charts. And you kind of see what's going on, and you kind of know what's going on. You see it happening, and it's just like, yeah. So what did Kriss do? Kriss bought the dip, a little bit of the ETF. I'll show you that. And we're going to see right now, we had that first dip down here to 26.4, and then a second dip. And I'm just seeing whether that is the bottom on the dip right there at 26.4. And do we have enough momentum now to bounce off and get back up to 27 cents? We will be watching that, as well as Bitcoin. Bitcoin just kept coming down. We got that 115 red line down there. That 115 line, we want to hold that on Bitcoin. And we'll get into so much more. I will be cutting the short today. We only have an hour, 5 o'clock. I gotta do something. So let me get into the news. We'll get into the Q&A. All right, guys, let's get into it. What's going on? Over $100 billion has been wiped out from the crypto market in the last 24 hours. Now, this is just the value, total market cap value, right? Not the liquidations. This is the total market cap value. Everything's in the red. So again, for those that say, oh, Doge sucks, Doge, blah, 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 blah. It's like, did you see the rest of the market? Right? Do you see what's going on? It's not just Dogecoin today, guys. It's the whole frickin' market except for a few little ones. So we start with that, right? We start with that. And this, of course, we thought this would be the relief after the post FOMC little pump that we had, right? And so you could kind of tell that there was going to be a pullback. And there it is. So we have that. And of course, then the liquidations, $277 million on the longs and $43 million on the shorts, because there was some up and down overnight. Over $300 million. The exchanges are like, okay, let's get them, boys. Let's get them. And we were looking at the heat map yesterday, and we were targeting like at least, right, on Dogecoin, at least 27.5, right? We were going to go get at least 27.5. And it did that. It did that by midnight. It took out those leverage longs. But then early this morning, dip down to 27, take out more, and then to 26.4 to take out more. So a lot of long leverage has now been wiped off the board, which should clear the way, right, to come back up. And same with Bitcoin, wiping out a bunch of long leverage, almost all the way to 115. So now we can go up. Let's go get those shorts. So we're still a week and a half away from the end of the month. Not good news on the U.S. government shutdown front. There were a couple bills. The Senate didn't pass. One of them was a Democrat-led thing. You would think, right? Let's just keep the government running, right? Let's keep the government. Now, I don't want to get all political, but it has the effect on the crypto and stock market. If the government shuts down, that's bad, right? Bad. We don't want that. But they start throwing all of this crap into the bill when the bill should just be about paying for the government, right? Continuing resolution, whatever. Yeah, Chuck, our boy Chuck. Yes, Danny. He's throwing in there like this huge amount of money, printing new money to go to United States healthcare to give illegal immigrants in this country free healthcare. And it's just like, of course that's not going to pass. It's like they are purposely going to cause this government shutdown to make Trump look bad. It's politics. And so we're just stuck in it. We're stuck. So, yep, it's true, Ryan. Republicans were also throwing stuff in as well on their part, having to deal with Russia sanctions and other things. So, yes, it does go both ways. Does it come down to the last minute and they finally just pass a CR? It's going to be right up to the end. They're going to make us wait. So we will be watching for that. NASDAQ hit an all-time high, though. It did stop the stock market, right? NASDAQ, new all-time high. So if you're into stocks, good day. Bad day for crypto, good day for stocks. I thought they were supposed to kind of go together. I thought they were going to go together. Nope. NASDAQ, new all-time high. Russell, up there. I mean, if you're sitting on a bunch of stocks, especially the funds, I mean, my 401k is looking really good. That's all Vanguard and Russell. Crypto, not so much today. Not so much. Lark says, look, though, Bitcoin is still having one of its best Septembers ever. And of course, if we look at the last 2 years, and then we look back like this 2016 time frame, when we just have all this green, October, November, and a lot of them into December, huge runs could still be coming in the coming months. As Kriss has always said, right? It's not fall yet. I know Ryan said, yeah, 2 more days, but I don't call fall till October. And especially if we're going to have this government shutdown on October 1st, it's really going to wait for October. So let's hold on for the next week and a half. Just hold on. Try not to drop any more. Meanwhile, Thumbs Up, our good friends, backed by, of course, Donald Trump Jr., right? Thumbs Up. They bought a crap ton of Dogecoin. They're buying out Doge Hash, this Dogecoin mining company. It's got 2,500 mining rigs. They're going to add another 1,000 mining rigs. They get it. Doge ETFs are here, marking a new era of institutional adoption. Thumbs Up is aligned with this evolution of Dogecoin as a leading digital asset. Look at that. Dogecoin, a leading digital asset. I don't know what the numbers are on the ETF on day 2, but day 1 was very good for Rex Osprey. There was a lot of trading. There was a lot of trading yesterday. Today, I think there was a lot of buying on the dips, which included yours truly. Yes, I had a little bit of cash sitting on Robinhood, and I bought 8 shares of Doge. 8 shares at $25. I didn't quite get the bottom. I caught the dip below 27, and that's where I bought. I bought right there. Doge was at about 26.8. Dogecoin was at 26.8. And that's when I bought the Doge ETF on that dip. And then Dogecoin then proceeded to drop a little further. But I wanted a little exposure to the Doge ETF. Of course, I wasn't buying yesterday because I knew the market was going to drop today. So I waited and I waited and I was patient this morning, right when it was bouncing right here above 27. And I said, yeah, this is going to dip below 27 cents. So, yep, it dipped below. So at 26.8, that's when I bought the Doge ETF, just a little bit above $25. And I saw when that next red candle on Dogecoin showed up, you could get that Doge ETF at about 24.7, 24.8, somewhere in there. So, and that's about where it's trading right now. So that, I've got some, right? So now I get all the notifications if something happens with the ETF, and it also allows me to track it then with the price of Dogecoin, which I will continue to do. So that's a good thing. And we got this guy. Remember this guy? Hey, Ron, put your Gary Gensler in the chat. Yes, he's back. He's back. Remember Gary Gensler? The guy who was like doing all these lawsuits against crypto companies and exchanges and just squeezing money out of them? Totally squeezing money. He's back. That's why we still have the Gary Gensler emoji, right? We didn't get rid of it because he's back. Listen to what our friend Gary had to say this morning.
To have him there right now, what you did around securities and enforcement actions, and looking back on it, I mean, do you think that was the right call?
Yes, I think.
Because look, now we have this like burgeoning industry, and there's so much more innovation and leadership in the U.S.
And a lot more capital coming into it. There may be more capital in terms of the.
The crypto community.
We'll just cut it there. Do we care what this guy really has to say? Do we really care? Oh, Gary. But look, the new guy, right? The new guy. The SEC has formed a crypto task force. The Genius Act has signed into law. Bitcoin has hit multiple new all-time highs. The crypto market cap has broken $4 trillion. 28% of all adults now own crypto in the United States. And Dogecoin has an ETF. Dogecoin has an ETF. That never would have happened under this guy. Oh, I just thought that was funny. I was laughing. It was just like, Gary. So on we go. Look, yesterday we showed the Pi cycle top indicator, or maybe that was the day before. We're not even close. We are not even close on the Pi cycle top indicator. So Bitcoin's going to go on another run. And right now, this the 350 times 2 is up here at 194. This is a slow mover. So that means if the 111 DMA is going to cross over the green, Bitcoin's got to get up to 190,000. That would be Pi cycle top indicator. Is it going to happen? Kev Capital. So Kev says, look, if you're a cycle purist, then time is rapidly running out on that belief. Bitcoin is only up 24% this year. Has not had a durable rally into price discovery, and you really can't find one indicator via technical or on-chain that shows we're anywhere close to previous cycle top behavior. We're not having a blow-off top yet. If you measure the time after the halving or even cycle bottom, it shows the cycle should be over sometime in October, November. I think there's a high probability that the debate heats up drastically between those who believe purely in the cycle timing theory and those who have more complex views. Also, would love to know if those who purely believe in cycle timing theory plan on selling their cycle Bitcoin bag in those months, no matter what, given the belief, whatever the price is, they're just going to sell. So we're going to be watching that. And that's a good post by Kevin. Just to remember, if we're following the 4-year cycles, that calendar is just going to be marching along, and we may not see that blow off top. Or if we do, And there is indeed, this pi cycle top indicator, and that really plays out. There's not enough time left to do that right now. These numbers are too far apart. And where's the banana zone, right? Raw Paul's banana zone. Where is that? We still don't have it yet. So there's still a lot that can happen or not. So nothing's guaranteed, right? Especially in crypto. Nothing is guaranteed. Finally, for those looking forward into the bear market, Coinbase launches a USDC on-chain lending feature with 10.8% yields. 10.8%. It's like you can get 10% on USDC? Huh. I wonder what you got to do to get that. 10%. Who's going to roll into a 10% USDC? Now, we know the fate of other companies that have tried to give you yield, right? Do you remember BlockFi? I know, right, Ryan? Remember BlockFi? Remember that company? Yeah, bankrupt. You remember Voyager? Yeah, bankrupt. You remember Celsius? Right? The D-Bank, we're going to debank, right? Celsius, bankrupt. This is Coinbase, though. This is Coinbase doing it. How do they do 10.8? Anyway, it's something I will be looking into as we rotate out of alts. I know. How can they do that? Sunshine, I agree. Interesting. 10.8. So just putting that out there, something to think about. 10%. 10%. Now, the other thing that I posted here, I love to do my little charts, right? Look at this. This is Dogecoin from April. And if this is a perfect arc, look at this from the April low, that April low right there, that April low, 13-cent Dogecoin. Remember that? If you connect that to the dips we had in June and then September, look at this beautiful arc. Look at that. That could go right up into October, and we could see 36-cent Dogecoin by the end of October. I'm giving you a preview of my October video. For those who are here on a Friday afternoon, that's my preview right there. Yeah. 36-cent Doge. End of October. And Doge can still go higher in November. And also we know how Dogecoin trades, right? These big verticals, right? So this is the minimum. This isn't the price, right? This is the minimum that would hit on a pullback. So that means Dogecoin's price most likely is higher than 36 cents in October. So that's a little preview, sneak preview of my October price prediction video. Look, it's just a beautiful chart. Another banger by Kriss. Beautiful chart right there. So, yeah, we'll be watching that. How's everybody doing? We'll do some Q&A now. Well, it looks like we're bouncing off. That's good. Bitcoin is getting a little green candle right now. It's not going to go below 115. So showing a little bounce there. So that's good. Stock market has closed. Actually, stock market was kind of mixed today, but NASDAQ was up. Russell was up. So Zone was not pretty. $2.28. Zone. Ugh. Anybody trading that clean core stock? I hope our friend Boss Mac took some profits. I really do. Because I said at $5, right, I'm selling. And it did go up to $6. He said he was going to buy more on dips. But man, $2.28 now on clean core. Ugh. It is a pretty chart. See, Kriss is trying to match Alan. I can't. Alan does such a great job with his pretty charts. I do mine my own way. I won't be Alan. MVG. In your morning videos where you have an intro, can you possibly say I am feeling bullish or bearish today to give a heads up? Yeah, I could do that. Well, this morning's was a little different, right? Because it was all about X money and Elon and Doge and, so it was kind of focused on that. I did do about a minute in, I did show the charts and showed that I was bearish, right? And we were looking to see where the dips were going to be. But it was really, this morning's video is really more topical on X money and Doge. So, but yeah, I bearish, bullish. I get it. Maybe I should just wear a green shirt or a red shirt, right? And if I wear a red shirt, you'll know that no, I'm not going to do it. Where is the run, right? Right, F1, where's the run? Yeah, I think it's going to be part of October, part of November, and we'll see. No, October isn't out, F1. October isn't out. I said 36 cents would be the minimum. Could be higher. Could be higher. If the bear is white, you can fight back. If the bear is brown, you should lay down. Yeah, I will just stay away from the bears. Oh, the black one, right. Yeah, don't want to be anywhere near that. Compo bought some Tesla, some Coinbase, and MicroStrategy. You're buying stocks. Compo's buying stocks. Tesla was up 426 today. Wow. What did MicroStrategy do? 344, a little bit red. Those stocks are up high. I'll tell you that. They're up high. So, Jose, we were talking about this yesterday, right? Going into the weekend. And Thursday, the prices, they were up here in this red box. And so my theory was if we see a red Friday, that might spell some good trading for the weekend. So a red Friday, and we got it. Doge is down 4%. So I think we're going to have a green Saturday. I just don't see this bearish momentum continuing. So I'm voting green for Saturday. You're bullish on the year. Me too. We don't know what 2026 is going to have. We have no idea. But for 2025, I'm still bullish for the fall. There's some things brewing. We've got the possible government shutdown. I hope the last minute they solve it, do a CR, right? Don't shut down the government. That's dumb. That's dumb. So we don't need this. We don't want to get rich. Brian bought some more Doge. Brian buying on the dip. That's what we were saying yesterday, right? I said, I'm not buying here. My spidey sense was tingling. I didn't buy the ETF yet. Just let it fall down. Got up this morning and I was like, yep, it's down. And then I waited and waited and waited. Good time for Pepe and Bonk. Yep. If you believe in those, Pepe's back in the 10s again. So back in the 10s for Pepe. Below the 11 line. And Bonk was 23, right? 23.5, something like that. Where did it get on the dip? About 23.6 on the dip. So, yep. Buying opportunities there. Bonk down 5%. Pepe down 5%. Doge down 4%. That's what we're thinking too? Yep. Red on Friday, but turnaround Saturday. And we talked about a green Sunday too. That's right, Adrian. X payments coming soon. We got the internal beta looking good, and they're about to change to the external beta. I'd like to be a beta tester. I should have tweeted that to Elon. Hey, Elon, choose me. I'll be an external beta tester. I want to get all of my money out of the bank, and I want to use X. I'll be a beta tester. Who is the CEO of X? I don't think Elon hired anyone to replace Linda. I don't think he did. I think it's still open. You want to be the CEO of X? You want to do it? I might do that. No, I'd have to leave. I'm not going to do that. Duchess, having faith that the government will not shut down. It could be one of those that just goes right to the last minute. September 30th, we're all going to be like, come on. Come on. CR, baby. CR. Jose bought some ADA. ADA dipped below 90 cents. So you got it in the 89s. Yep. It is going to be over $1. No, Captain, we were just talking about that. I think a Friday red day is going to bode well for the weekend. That's what I think. Payday next week. Buy more if it's up or down, because it's still not going to be over 30 cents. For the rest of this year, anything under 30 cents is still a gift for where we're going. Is it a good time to buy Doge? Yeah. So where is Doge right now? 24.7 or so? Let me see. 24.8. So it's at 24.8 right now, Doge. I got it for just a little over 25. I'm down $2. Oh no, I'm down $2. Oh man. Losing money. I bought it too soon. $2. The useless information. Useless information. We've had a lot of useless information on this channel. I hated booting that guy yesterday, but man. And he just got a free membership too. If he gets the boot. Oh. Hey, Sean. Seems like good news to me. Finally bounced. The day of 20-cent Doge are hopefully behind us. We just slowly climb higher. I would like that. Definitely going to be buying more shares or some shares of the Doge ETF. Yeah, I don't know if you can buy it on a Saturday. I think you can't buy it on Saturday. I think it's going to stop. I think it's going to stop at 8 o'clock tonight, East Coast time. And then you can't buy it until Monday morning on the ETF. I don't know if that's got a 24-hour. I don't know if that ETF trades 24 hours, but that's kind of what I think. I'm overqualified. I'll do the beta though. I'll submit my application and then I can unban myself. There you go. Right. Elon sold X. No. I need to set the magnet higher. It's staying at 30 cents. Mr. Handy Dan, how are you? You're a newbie here. At one point, will BTC go down and the alts won't be affected? No. Bitcoin will still have 50% of the market share. So most crypto will still follow Bitcoin, unless there's a specific news on an individual crypto. Like back in April 2021, Bitcoin was going down, the whole crypto market was going down, but Doge was going up with all the hype around Elon and, you know, the upcoming Saturday Night Live appearance, like all that stuff. The whole crypto market was going down. Bitcoin was going down, but not Doge. Doge was going up. And eventually, the whole crypto market turned back around and followed Dogecoin. That was pretty wild. That was wild. But that was special time. I'd like to see that again. X Money could do that, but not anytime soon. Hey, Ely, good Friday. Bought some more Doge. Will Doge and Pengu dip more? I'm hoping we bottomed out this afternoon here. We'll see if there's weakness tonight. Music, you bought back into some bunk today. There is a Doge token, Jay. Somebody created a stupid Doge ETF token. I don't know if it was on pump.fun or something. It was just like, really? What are we doing? What are we doing? You bought it 26.5? Yeah, Byron, yesterday. I was waiting. I was not buying yesterday. Of course, I only have 8 shares. It's like $200. Because I got no other cash. Crypto rich, cash poor is what I am. Added 2,000 more Doge, Christian. And more Pengu. Nick bought more Doge. Raiden, you can lend me $2. You know, Raiden, I'm good. I have faith that I'm going to be up $2 tomorrow. I'm going to be up $2. George bought some more Doge. Ooh. Yep, I think that's right. Stops at 8. Can't buy it over the weekend. Justin bought the dip, getting more bunk. Nick, listen to me on your waterproof Bluetooth speaker in the shop. Awesome. Whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. You believe it's all hype, politics, the government can't afford a shutdown? I know that the Democrats want to pin something on Trump. And so they'll do it. If they can, they'll do it. There are some who call crypto a casino. I think there's part of it that is, and that's the leverage trading. The leverage trading and the shorting. That part is a casino. But buying into a crypto product, it's the same as stocks, same as stock market. So, bought the dips. Awesome. Dada, awesome. You have a good feeling about the future of Pengu. So do I. That's why I still hold some. I'm glad I sold the pump. My Bitcoin is about where I bought it, but pump is way down. It dumped like 10% today. Van bought some more Doge. What do I say about to those that Dogecoin has no utility? I just tell them all of the things I have bought using Dogecoin and all of the things that are coming. Nick looking at Pengu as well. The job earns you more dry powder. Exactly. Keep the job. Don't give up the job for crypto. Keep the job. Headed to Modella Country in the morning. The dopamine gambler, all in and Doge. Doge building out networks, adding partnerships. It's all coming. How do we know X won't accept Dogecoin with X money this year? They only have money transmitter licenses for fiat in the States. There's a few of them that gave these dual transmitter licenses for fiat and digital. Like Rhode Island was one of the states that did that, but they cannot do a full integration like money. Now, there may be something they can do on the edges with Dogecoin. It could be a tipping thing, or it could be like payouts in Doge if you want them, but not actually using X money as a bank with crypto. I don't think they can do that yet. Wait, Tesla doesn't have the diner accepting Doge. So Tesla merch, there's nothing you can buy in the merch store with Doge right now. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. I think the red thing is just a today thing. MI black. Oh, it's just a today thing. It's all public record on the licenses, Stephen. Exactly. Public record. Raiden's here and giving a KrissPax membership to Ralph. Hey, Ralph. Congrats. Men in Black. Got it. I should have known that. Men in Black. I should have known that. My mind just wasn't in movies at the moment. That's good, though. I like that. Oh, God. Hey, Johnny. I just bought some more. Won't make any money until it pumps and won't make as much as if I bought more a month ago. But hey, it'll pay off eventually, sooner rather than later. Hopefully. I like that. And what I always say is, look, if you got a bunch of cash sitting there, you're just going to sit on cash. You're going to use it to make something. Making something is better than nothing. Trueflation is actually going up a little bit. It's ticking up. I saw that today. So they're going to print more money. Inflation's just going to continue. RSI bullish diversion on a double top. If you zoom out enough, yeah, probably. Hey, there's Ralph. Nice puppy. Cute puppy. So afraid to put it in stocks right now. All-time highs. I know, right? There are some stocks that might be some deals, right, on some dips. You're not buying the whole market. But if you're buying a stock that looks like it's depressed a little bit and ready to run, maybe. Maybe. Cameron just bought some Doge at 26.6. Good price. I think that's a good price right now, man. Yeah, I don't see any big pullbacks, Ron. I don't. This kind of drifting down like we did overnight from 28 to 27, now in the mid 26s. I mean, it was almost kind of expected after the FOMC, right? All of this craziness of the FOMC. And now we're back where we were. So, and it's done that before. We just keep going back to where we were, right? So yeah, we've kind of done this. Oh. From where are we? Yeah, from here. We've done that. And then we did this thing, right? And now we did this. And now we're right back where we were. So that's what's going on. Say buy the dips, right? You make more in crypto than keeping it in the bank. The bank isn't going to give you interest. USDC, 10% though. I wonder what the fine print says. What do you have to do to get 10%? Does it lock it up for a year? Something like that? Wouldn't be surprised if it had that kind of thing. Jay, I'm guessing the end of the bull market is the end of the year right now. Maybe the end of the year. More like 2017. Or it goes right up to Christmas, maybe to New Year's. This kind of has a feeling like it's a little more like 2017 than 2021. I have some starter cash sitting in my Webull. Not buying on the big green candles. Patience, my friend, patience. I've got a bunch of cash sitting in Webull from the Megal sale, and I'm being patient. Being patient. Waiting for that price to come back down. We'll be talking about scalping and long view targets next month, Rishav. September is not the time to be talking about that. You got to see if my whole thesis plays out, right? Got to see if my whole thesis plays out, which is this. If this plays out and we're sitting up here above 36 cents, 40 cents in that range, now we can start talking. But right now, nope, not yet. Not time to be talking about that yet. All-time high in October? Probably not. I'm not up there yet. Now, I mean, if Elon all of a sudden starts tweeting about Doge, all bets are off. I just think there's a very small chance that something like that would happen. Duchess, you're going to jazz up the sausage pasta salad. Nice. It all sounds good. Sounds so good. F1. On a serious note, how are these exchanges and longs controlling the price to rob people? Yeah, they're basing buying and selling in bulk. Crypto is worldwide. Binance does this all the time. There's no worldwide regulation for them. I mean, this is why Binance got banned in the United States, because this crap was going on. United States saw it, and so they shut Binance down. That's all the US can do, right? That's exactly why the US shut down Binance. And even today, you can't join Binance. Now, I hear it's coming back soon. Binance US is kind of hinting at that. But yeah, CZ. CZ's a billionaire in his own right. You don't think that all happened legally? Come on. Now, he did spend some time in jail, right? He did. He did spend some time in jail, and he comes out and he's like, okay, I did my time. I'm rich. Oh. You can understand the logic why it's red now after the FOMC. They're going to cut 2 more times, maybe. Yep, October and December. At least October. We'll see where it goes from then on the inflation side. Yep, I was right too, 1K. We were both right. Awesome. There's W's all the time, dopamine. Not a big deal. W's happen all the time. Sorry, it's a messy. I mean, they just happen all the time. That's trading, right? That's just the way it trades. The W doesn't mean anything. They just continue. So, yep. W isn't a thing. Yeah, I don't think all-time high in October, George. Zombie bought some bonk and some Pepe. Buying the dips. Buying the dips. Inverse head and shoulder, RSI divergence, like all of that stuff. The news is always going to overtake it. Theses. The theses, yes. Hodl. We got hodling and theses going. You sold, took some profit, Nazif. Now buying back in. It works when it works. Be careful, though. You don't like where my magnet is? It's just me, though. It's like, it's staying up there. Oops. I do have to move it over, though. That I have to do. I'm not moving it below 30 cents. Save us, Elon. Elon could be watching this live stream. Sure. Hey, Elon. Hi. Hello. Dopamine. This is just trading, right? Post FOMC, right? We had the pump. And then we were in this box trading up and down. And then the exchanges and market makers say, too many long leverage trades open. Let's dump the market. Let's take them out. That's all it is. Look at Bitcoin. Same thing. Once you do that and you do that, right? Then you get all that leverage traded right in there. We saw it on the heat map yesterday. They want to take all that out. And they did. That's all it is. Has nothing to do with the positivity going on with future rate cuts and all of that. Yes, decommunity. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. With that's what I did with Pump.Fun last week. Went to a new all-time high and I traded it for Bitcoin. More Bitcoin in my portfolio. That's what I did. And now Pump.Fun is down 10% and my Bitcoin is about right where it was when I did that. It was a swap directly to Bitcoin. So yes, that would be rebalancing. More Bitcoin. So I'm going to have a combination of Doge, Bitcoin, and USDC stablecoin in 2026. That's what I'm looking at. You're over 100,000 Doge, Nick. Nice. Yep. Yep. I'm holding my Doge bag now. Again, I just bought a little bit of the ETF just to have some exposure to it. Late this morning on the dip, bought some of the ETF. All right, music. Have a good one. Exactly. F1. The exchange short and longs manipulation makes it difficult for huge all-time highs to be achieved. Right. The buying by retail needs to be enough to overcome what the exchanges and the market makers can control. So yes. And they did that with Doge perfectly back in May. Huge, giant shorts were set up. Doge didn't have a chance to get to $1. Didn't have a chance. The W means you're hungry. Whataburger. Whataburger. Hey, Kriss, you're in Australia. Good morning. What price you think okay for HODL coming up? I think buying now on this dip is good. Does it dip a little more? Maybe. I'm positive for the weekend, though. But I know it's already Saturday where you are, but it's Friday where I am. And it's like not the weekend yet. Got a siren going by. I'm good. So yeah, and maybe Kriss, you just buy a little bit here, like maybe half of what you're thinking of buying, and then see whether you can get another half, maybe a little lower, because we don't know yet. It hasn't confirmed. We don't have a confirmation from here, whether it's coming back up or about to drop a little more. There's no confirmation yet, either way. Yeah, Lincoln, that's what I said. The ETF was going to do nothing for the Doge price. Good time to buy, yes. Where can you find the liquidation heat map? So you can type in coinglass.com. That's CoinGlass.com. Type in coinglass.com. And when you type that in, you will get this. I always turn off the yellow ad, right? So there's CoinGlass right there. So coinglass.com. And then there is a pull-down menu called liquidation. Liquidation. And then you go liquidation heat map. And there it is. The liquidation heat map. Looks like Bitcoin wants to take out some more leverage long still. Look at that. Yikes. That's down to 114. Yikes. To see Doges, you click on symbol, and you come over to the right, and there's a pull-down menu for different cryptos, and you select Doge. And then you'll get Doge's heat map. Yeah, Doge took out leverage longs. Look at that. On the dip this morning, $5 million right there at 26.5. Liquidated. They only had that open for 2 hours. $5 million lost in 2 hours. Because somebody thought the price was going back up and it dumped. Now I know we got these big shorts up here, up to 28 cents, 28.4, 28.3. Like, yeah, let's go get those. No confirmation yet. No confirmation yet. Good question, Dada. Emergency vehicles. Yep. There's something going by. You live in a city, you get that. Yeah. That was firefighter Sean driving by. Cheers. ETF was already priced in. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe that was after the FOMC, right? These green candles that priced in the ETF, and then we just kind of bounced around. We had a little bit of positivity up to 28.7, 28.8, little excitement over the ETF, and then it just came back down. I know, isn't it, Jay? The platform, all the stupid endless tokens. You're welcome. Can we see the ADA heat map? Sure. ADA. There you go, your Cardano heat map. Took out a few longs, but now it's just kind of bouncing around. We got some other big ones down here, 88.7, 88.6, and a lot of shorts right above 92. So we're kind of in this zone right now. Kind of going sideways. Well, we dropped to 25 before the bull run. Could. You can't discount that. If they want to drop this down further, they could. Not exactly, Lincoln. It's not exactly how Ben predicted. We have to see it play out. We have to see it play out. Bitcoin dominance is still in the 57s. It just touched 58. It's not up in the 60s yet. So let's give it some time, Lincoln. Give it some time. If the Bitcoin dominance goes back over 60%, I'll call Ben Cowan Lord. I do not know leverage trading, Cohen, and how it works. I've never done it. I don't know. I don't know which ones get locked in, which ones you have to keep adding fees for to keep a trade open. I think different exchanges do it different ways. So, but I never do it, so I don't know. Why does Cowan have so many devout followers? Maybe it's his hairline. They like his hairline. Did you see those Litecoin tweets about Ben Cowan and his hairline? It was hilarious. It was like whoever runs that Litecoin X account is just hilarious. Just going after Ben Cowan. Oh, man. Oh. Yes, Michelle. Good time to buy more Doge. We're at 26.5. Have faith, people. We're doing fine. I mean, look, this is what the chart looks like zoomed out. This is what the chart looks like. Does this look like a bad chart? Doesn't to me. This doesn't look like a bad chart at all. It's just it's a little tiny pullback here. It's on the 4-hour chart. It's just a little tiny pullback. It's nothing. It's nothing. That's why you zoom out and you take a look at the bigger picture and you're like, oh, okay. Actually, it's looking pretty good here. Yeah. We're talking about this little bitty move right here. When will the banana zone again? When will alt season begin? Jay. We're just watching it together here. It could start tomorrow. It could start October 2nd. I have no idea. Nobody can tell you that. The news is still positive overall, though. The economy isn't crumbling. Now, we might have this little setback with this U.S. government shutdown, October 1st, if it happens, but yeah. Exactly. Careful with leverage. And D community, I don't know. Margin investing, I don't do that either. It's probably a slightly different, but right. I don't do it. I don't do it. Any last minute questions? Because I got to run. Do we have any last minute questions in the house? Anything that you got to ask. You've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Because I've got to run. It's a Friday night dinner thing. This might be the dip, Wild Bill. This might have been it. Here, 26.5 right there. This might be it. When is a good time to buy Doge? The burning question, Raiden. The burning question. The answer was April 13th. 13-cent Doge, right? 13-cent Doge. Or how about 2 years ago at 5 cents? That was a good time to buy. 5 cents. The exchanges know the exact high for everybody. It's all, they see all the trades. They know what your leverage positions are. They know where your stop losses are. They see it all. You're playing against the house. They win most of the times. They do win most the times. So, all right. If Bitcoin goes back, if Bitcoin dominance goes back over, yeah, sure, Ryan. If Bitcoin dominance goes back over 60%, I'll call Ben Cowan Lord. There you go. You're welcome, everybody. Hey, everyone have a great evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.